It's showtime.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us tonight on another edition of Monday Night Slot Car Live, where we go live with the community. And today I have a really great panel, and we're going to talk about some fantastic slot car stuff. So before we get going, let's see who's with us today. So starting off with Joe from Rares Carrera. Thanks for joining us today, Joe. I absolutely appreciate it. Thanks, brother.
Hey, no problem, man. I never thought I'd be back so early, but I appreciate it.
That's okay. You're Canadian. Like I said, the door's open for you, my friend. The front door. The front door.
The front door. I got you.
All right.
Fuck on the ice, eh?
Yeah. Here we have Dan from Three Bean Raceway, correct?
Three Bean Raceway. Yeah, we can get into why I call it that later on if you want to. But
absolutely,
yeah, that confuses a lot of people. Good evening, everybody from Fort Worth,
Texas. And of course, we have Dan from Three Bean Raceway. Thanks for joining us today, Dan. And I got a white screen here. I don't know. Well, Warren from Light Tech will be joining us as well today. I don't know what's happening right now. It does appear he's got a snowstorm going on, because all I see is white. Oh. So maybe he'll get that figured out. But for now, let's have a look and see who's here with us. First off, I want to say thank you to everybody who's here today in the comment section and here watching. I absolutely appreciate it. Every week we get a little bigger and bigger. So here we go. Let's see who's in the house. Philly, thanks for joining us. I absolutely appreciate it. Fantastic. Thank you very much. And same to you and your family as well, brother. Thank you. Doug, I appreciate it. Doug's a member of mine. Thank you, Doug. And he says hi to everybody here. So thank you to Doug. Steve, thanks, brother. Still waiting for you. No problems. Take your time. Let's get it right. You know what I'm saying? We'll see you soon, Steve. Thanks for joining us tonight, brother. Show Me Slot Cars. I think we know this guy. Sounds familiar. Pete, thanks for joining us, Pete. Absolutely awesome. Steve, Doug. All right, let's make sure everybody's seen. All right, we're all good so far. What do we got? William, thank you very much for joining us tonight, William. I appreciate it. Oh, Billy. Billy. Thanks for joining us, bro. I appreciate that. Thank you. Uh-oh. We got a cheesehead in the house.
Yeah.
I used to have a cheesehead myself, one of those sponge ones. Yeah. All right. Clearwater, thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Good to see you.
Better than one being Dan.
Here we go. Baby Pop, thanks, brother. Yo, dudes. And we have So Fast is in the house. Thank you, So Fast. Awesome. He's also a Discord member. So thank you for that, So Fast. We appreciate you in the room. And the more that would like to join us, please feel free to do so. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And of course, we have Light Tech on the wrong side of the camera, brother. Warren, what's going on, man?
Did you not get the memo?
Yeah, see, this is all I get when I try and let Warren into the room. I don't know.
Dan, can I ask you a question though? Cowboys Dan though.
Sure.
What program are you using right now? What app is this for the to show all the comments? I really like it.
Oh, this is just StreamYards.
Oh, that's StreamYards? Okay.
Yeah. I just highlight all the people, and it gives you the option to do cool things like this in case everybody forgets who's on tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then you pop one of these in there, and please read the ticker, guys. If you're not subscribed to Rares Carrera and Three Bean Raceway, please make sure you do so. Or as usual, you're very, very bad.
It's all right.
All right, guys. I want to thank Joe and thank Dan for being here tonight. Thank you very much, guys. In a few weeks, or actually more like a week or two, actually, I'll be having. It'll be the start of my family series, and we'll be talking about other stuff other than family racing. But Dan and his son Danny at Dick's Slot Car Garage will be joining us, and we're going to have a conversation about various things. And of course, the biggest of which will be, of course, slot cars. So absolutely fantastic father-son racing slot cars. You know, I think back to being with, you know, hanging out with slot cars with my dad, that kind of thing. And, you know, just the family connection is really strong in slot cars. I mean, I'm sure we could all agree with that.
Mhm.
You know, slot cars seems to be a family thing that's passed down from sons and daughters to, you know, from mothers and dads to sons and daughters. And it's great. And it seems like it's picking up again. Thanks for joining us tonight, John. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Hello, Mr. Tucci.
Anthony's in the house. Thanks, Anthony.
Hi, Anthony. Thanks,
Good to
man.
see you, brother. And here's another Discord member. Thank you very much, Cyberg. Absolutely fantastic. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
All right. Right on. My grandma.
Yeah, it's good to see some of the GRL crowd.
Yeah, it is, right?
Ah,
Absolutely.
here we go. Here we go.
All right. So the topic of today's conversation is going to be revolving around slot car tracks. What are our ideas for layouts? How about them Cowboys? Yeah. Right on. Woo. Thanks for joining us, MB. I appreciate that. Thank you. Everything is cool. Okay. All right. So I just got the everything is cool with respect to our missing panel member. Okay. So maybe he'll catch up in a bit. So I'm lagging. Here, let me try this. I know why I'm lagging too. It's because I'm upstairs using my not so great computer instead of the one I paid $1 million for to produce everything I run. There we go. Am I slow now? I don't think so because I look like I'm talking at regular pace now. That intro at the beginning of the show, I couldn't even tell where we were because it stops for like 10 seconds at a time.
Oh, no.
That's why I think the countdown timer probably went to like 5 seconds and then I stopped with the next video. Yeah. So how do I look now, Sunday, Billy? Fine, I think.
Yeah, which
Yeah, we
Dan?
do.
Is that you, Dan, or me, Dan?
I think it's going to be Cowboy Dan and Texas Dan tonight.
There you go, right? Well, that's what the joke was. Just wait until we get everybody here. There'll be 3 Dans on at once. I'm going to see if I can find a few more just to, you know, just to do it up.
There we go.
Hey, everything's big in Texas, right? Even the name Dan.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure why I'm lagging. I have a fiber optic connection. Well, it might be the storms too. We got big thunderstorms knocking on our door, so that could be part of it.
No, he was talking about me, Dan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when I put my background on, everything starts slowing down. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I was on the other computer, it wouldn't matter, but because I'm on this one. So, okay. We're talking about tracks today, and not even necessarily large scale. It could be HO. It literally, we're going to have a conversation about tracks themselves and not necessarily specific to any brand other than what we have ourselves. So there's that scarf. Yeah.
Yeah. Where's
The
that crown
crown,
tonight?
the crown is
Oh.
actually downstairs. I was just working on a car, and I like putting my car's lid down on top of them because it's nice and felty.
Was he talking about that? Or I think he was talking about the Crown Royal.
Yeah, the Crown Royal bag.
Yeah. Oh, that okay.
Yeah, that's what I flip the cards onto so they don't get scratched up.
Oh, nice.
Oh, lots of tornadoes in the U.S. tonight. I think I seen that a whole swath. Looked like oddly enough, it looked like a
Yeah,
big-
north of Oklahoma City and St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, Missouri,
boy.
Petestown.
What is here?
Well, I hope
All right,
everyone's safe tonight.
I just booted Warren. Light Tech got booted.
Poor guy.
Yeah,
Oh my
either
God.
his internet's either really good or really bad.
Right. Oh, it's raining in. Oh, well, is that a reason why you're not here, Light Tech? It's raining. I couldn't connect to the internet. Get a damn umbrella, man. Okay, so I guess we'll start it off with what I've been up to lately, just because I've been super busy trying to get things going. I was in the waiting room. Try and log in again. Hey, Daniel, thanks for joining us, brother. Oh, another Dan. Oh, my gosh. Whew. Man, we can really have a Dan night, I think.
Audi Slot Home Racing. Gotta check out that channel. Write this down. Audi is my third in line favorite car.
Okay, so what I've done is I've taken out a whole entire wall, and I've put another 4x8 sheet down of table, and I've added a whole lot of track. Uh-oh. Well, that didn't look like it worked either. So I put down a whole lot of track, and this is what it looks like now. If you guys remember what my track used to look like, it looked really busy. I only had so much area. But the wall that I removed was a wall that I had installed to make a little room that was no longer needed. And what it did was it closed off our absolutely huge finished basement. And I really didn't like that. It served its purpose. And then I realized I need more running room for these Revos because you really need to be able to air them out. I find all the aftermarket cars are really much faster than the Carrera cars. And I want to air them out a little bit. So let's have a look and see what I've done. Nobody's home. Thanks for joining us, brother. So here we go. All right. So you can see here. So everywhere you see the particle board, that is what I've added new. And you can see the color difference in the wall. That is where the wall used to be. And yeah, so that's the new layout.
You have plans to do any lighting then?
Yeah, everything will be lit up just like my HO track. Oh, here we go. Warren just got here. Perfect. Got one of these. Jesus.
I'm here.
Look at this guy.
How's it going?
How you doing?
Hey. So Warren,
This is for the audience. I did this for the audience.
oh, is that right, eh?
I didn't want to blind you.
Well, yeah. Okay.
I love it.
So we have Warren from Light Tech with us now.
Yeah.
50 feet of running track is considered a short. So then this is not that then, because this just along the back alone is 20 feet. So there are two stretches of about 20 feet and the rest of everything else. So that's got to be probably about 65 to 70 feet of running track. There's like 41 straights, a whole 4x15, a whole 3x30, a whole 2x30, piles of other stuff. And right now I'm just trying to fill in the outer curves, all the curves that would need to be needed there for fishtailing. I'm not really concerned with the inside curves. I'm more right now concerned with getting the curves on the outside. Now at the far end, what I'm trying to do is, from what I got from Pete, those borders. If you guys remember, Show Me Slot Cars sent me the borders, and I was able to use a few of them here and there. So now I'm sort of in collection mode, and you guys know what a terrible thing trying to get Carrera borders is, because you could need a few pieces of this size and a few pieces of that size. But guess what? They don't sell them by a few pieces. You need to buy the whole half curve or whatever it is, right? So my whole thing here, and just to let everybody know what my thing is I wanted to have a little technical, and I wanted to have the speed because I really like the Revo. So that's my jam, is going to be the Revo and the Carrera. So
well, that 20 foot of back end there is
Yeah.
like, I'm drooling on that. Like that's pretty awesome.
It's absolutely fantastic run right now.
More than 50 feet might be where the cars want to really open up, but like, let's talk about the average person's track at home.
Yeah.
Can we say the average person is not running 50 feet? I think that's the minimum. I think yours is above average, right? Like if you're saying yours is 75, that's pretty good. I mean, I don't want to start throwing out numbers and percentages when I don't have the numbers in front of me, but like the average Joe is not going to have it. I mean, on a 4x6 table, you're going to be getting at most, if you do like overlaps, you'll be pushing 50 feet.
Yeah.
So, if you got 75, I believe you're above average. Then that would be my call.
For the very first time, anybody who has a Carrera track right now, I challenge you to hold your controller down completely for 3 seconds flat. Count to 3, because I get 4 seconds down that stretch, and if I'm not released by then, the car actually flies off into the stairs, which are just out of sight right there. And it's kind of nice, but I haven't been able to run the Rebos, but it's coming, and in a little bit we'll have a talk about that, and so that's where I'm at. Let's go to Pete now. Pardon me, Joe. Let's go to Joe. And so Joe, what do you got going on? Because you're about to change your layout too, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I mean, we just got used to this layout, and Jen, my wife, she's bugging me. She's like, "What, are you going to change it already?" And but before we get into that, can we go back to your track? I got a few questions that I want to bug you about it.
Sure.
Okay, so before we spoke about the start finish, but if you go into the straight end, right, that extension that you made, you're really hugging the curve there. Do you have enough space to put shoulders? Are you gonna have to shorten that track? Are you gonna you're gonna have to put a catch fence, my friend?
Where? Oh yeah, no, this is not. Like I said, I had parts and pieces. I do have proper fencing for it.
Okay, I see it now.
Yeah.
Oh, I see now. There is going to be a shoulder at that.
Yeah. So
tip,
at the very far end there, I'm just in the process of putting pieces in that I do have, and there are a whole bunch that I don't have. Like what I had before worked good with 1-for-60s, but I tried to stay away from 1-for-60s.
What's the name of your track, brother?
This one I haven't come up with the name for this one yet. But the other one is, of course, it's Slot Valley Racing Speedway. Then it's Slot Valley Racing Super Speedway, Slot Valley Racing Drag Strip. And then now I have the Carrera track here. So the Carrera room is now no longer a room. It's more like the Carrera basement now. So, which is totally cool. Because I'm really enjoying this whole Carrera thing, man, and having the room to run these cars is fantastic. I've been running the HO cars quite a bit too. If you look closely, you could actually see I have 2 cars sitting right next to the track. And the whole best thing is when the Carrera Track is in digital mode, you don't have the option for speed like with the controller, but you can drop an HO car on the track and it just goes. So it's awesome. So I was doing that for a while today too with my HOs.
What do you mean you don't have control over the speed of the digital? You have 10 settings for speed, right?
No, not with analog car. You don't.
Oh no, the analog. Okay, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Which
So I'm stuck with full power, but full power is not enough to make the AFX car fly off the track. And
what
just
controller? What controller are you using?
I'm using the True Speed.
Not the sorry, your axle box or tech slot box.
Oh no, I'll be using the True Speed with that.
Okay.
From what I understand.
Because I've got the tech slot and I can adjust the power on that. I suppose I do it with the kids. I'll put the kids in analog mode and then let them run around.
Right.
And so you can adjust the speed with that. Looking at your track, it looks great. Have you thought about putting a high bank on the other side?
I was actually thinking about putting a high bank on the other side, but it's not a standard curve. There are three different curves in that back area. So
did you see the track we raced on Tuesday nights? I think I've posted a couple of videos before.
Yeah.
And that's basically 26 foot by 6. And then that straight goes all the way into a high bank. We made it into 2 counter high banks. And so you can, and even with that, you're flat out. You go flat out along the straight. The straight's probably 20, 22 feet. You're flat out through and then coming back down the straight to the other end.
Right.
You open up the cars, and I don't even know. I haven't run Revo slots on there yet, but I don't know if it would make much of a difference if you still get any kind of increase in the speed, because they're still running only 21,500 RPM with standard motors, right?
Yeah.
But I'm going to try one on Tuesday. Yeah, I've got one here. I'm chipping it right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'm going with the Elegant SP43. So, and then hope to have that done for tomorrow night, and then we're going to run it. And I couldn't. Did you change your guide stand? Sorry, I don't mean to hijack the conversation.
From what, the Revo guides?
On your Revo guides, yeah.
No.
You just kept the standard ones, and they've been working out good?
Yeah.
All right, fantastic.
If we're on the subject of high banks, have you what cars have you noticed that really don't work on the high banks? Because my only reason why I didn't buy the R4s, I believe, the slowest, the easiest curves, because I really wanted to, was just not to have any issues with any of the cars rubbing. I really don't want to cut any of my the butts out of the cars.
Most of the cars run pretty well with them. The only ones who run into problems with were the BMWs and the Aston Martins, because they got a lot of they've got that long pan on the underneath.
I mean, it says it on the box, right? And
yeah.
I was like, I cannot. I have so much criteria already for my track. The last thing I want to do is not buy cars because I can't run them. Right?
Yeah, we had
the diffuser fins are long.
Yeah, we had a guy. He bought a brand new Aston Martin Tuesday night. Showed up, did his tires, did his guide, and then we had to. He took it to the sander, just went, and and that solved the problem. Then it would stick. Yeah. Otherwise, it deslots it, right? It lifts it out as it goes through the curve.
Thank you very much.
Clearwater.
Clearwater. I appreciate that. Definitely, you can find my email at my YouTube channel. It's right on the front page. It's listed there. Or of course, I could not be lazy and type it in the comment section for sure.
All right. So
this leads us to Joe's track.
All right, I'll keep this as short as I'll keep this as short and sweet as possible. So basically, what you're looking at is the Softy Band Planar, So the only extension, I bought the pit kit, which comes with a double a right turn outside to in, and there's a single here that came with it, and 4 straights. I don't recommend getting that off the bat. You could spend your money with a little bit more and get exactly the precise pieces that you need. I don't use this corner at all, and when people are racing, people don't really think to do it. It's not
Right.
it's not really a passing thing. Anyways, that's just in my experience. I really wanted the fastest track I could get out of the table, or else I would have bought corners right off the bat. So you're basically ripping down this 13-piece track here from the start finish. You got a death curve into a wall. There's a wall. I don't know if I'm doing this, but I don't know if you guys can see my mouse. Probably not. No, you can't because
yeah,
I'm doing
yes, we can.
it.
There it is.
Now you can. Okay, sorry, I was doing it on the wrong screen. So yeah, so you're ripping down here. There's a wall right here, so like I got dents and all kinds of stuff. So you really gotta, that's the one technical part. One here is to brake properly. This section here, like I said, the cutted, I hardly use it. My monitor's here, and I added the chicane here for my wife. She really likes the squigglies, so this kind of comes up over what I consider a hairpin and then around. So this is what I'm using now. This is what I'm time trialing all my cars on. 50 laps is not enough. Jen and I do 200 lap races now because there's really no point of doing 2 races in a row. That it goes by so quick that these cars are doing 3 seconds to 4 seconds is a slow lap type of deal. It's all about speed. I enjoy the speed. I'm not taking out my magnets just yet. I don't mind that the cars are getting all dinged up. That's just me at this moment and how I'm enjoying the hobby. And I find that the more straights you can put into a track, the more speed you get, and that's where the fun is for me at this point. So
I have to agree.
It's everyone, that's just a salt to taste, right? It's not everyone's bag, and I'm sure as people say that as I get further and further into this hobby, I'm gonna want to slow things down and take out the magnets and whatnot. But with the dust on the track and the silicone tires that I run, these cars are squirrely, so they do give you a little bit of warning, not much.
Nice.
And then what I want to do next, without breaking the bank and breaking my head, I believe it's this one. Yeah, I've come up with this guy right here. So I think my scenery, this little technical section here, again, I have to test it out, but I'm going to keep this guy here. There's actually a table that extended this slip. This is a 12x6. Sorry if I didn't explain that. This is 12x6, 3 tables put together to make that. And with these what are these called? Off the top of my head. The 12s here. What is that, Dan? R2s? Yeah, R2s.
Those are yeah.
Yeah, R1s, R2s. So it's going to squiggle up. I have my design where this is going to be higher, like 2 levels. You see the overlap, and I'm going to make like a mountain out of it. And so you'll race up the mountain, and then you'll have a nice race down the mountain, and then back. This hasn't changed. I don't know if I tried messing around with this, but this is plan B, I guess. This is the next step. This is the next evolution of my track without having too many crossovers and spaghetti stuff, which is fine. I'd like to see my track, so I'm putting a lot of criteria on myself. These pieces I'm most likely gonna have to take out because I have like garages and the pit stuff that my wife really likes and the Marshall power. And that's it, really. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna go crazy and buy all the shoulders. This is a lot. It just looks a lot nicer for the track. It makes it look fuller for sure. A lot less scenery to worry about when you've got a thicker track. But eventually I would like to race 124s. Yeah. So if I could keep this like this, I mean, this is the plan. Is it going to happen? Yes. When is it going to happen? When like Carlos said, Cyberg, he had mentioned that. I'm stealing this straight from him. He said, he goes, when the budget committee agrees, and that just struck a nail and the bell. I'm like, yeah, man, I feel you. When the budget committee agrees, then we can all vote consensus that this can happen, and that's it. I mean, I don't think this is going to be much because I believe the R2s come in packs of 8. So I mean, I just need 2 packs of R2s. What's going to kill me, what's going to break the bank, I think, is the shoulders.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's and it just Dan, you were mentioning it before, and no, see, that's wrong. This is going to go over. This is the only part I don't like about the track is that this other hairpin is going to be hidden. So that I'm going to try to make this as raised as possible so you can actually see it. It just sucks because the person on this side of the race table might not be able to see that curve. But I mean, you can't win them all.
No.
But yeah, what I'd like to see Carrera do is not just sell the outside, but just sell the outside and inside maybe, or give like more for that price. I mean, it's just plastic. Like,
yeah,
you know.
I agree.
I don't know.
Or-
I really want to hear from Warren tonight about
More than 6?
Or let's just say, why don't they sell them with the track pieces?
Yeah.
Why make it a separate item? But before we get into that question and what Dan has done, I first want to say, has everybody voted in the? Normally, I totally forget to end my poll, but tonight I'm not forgetting because I'm sitting on it. So, has everybody voted in the poll tonight? Before I hit end poll, anybody who forgot, please do so quickly.
I voted.
I voted.
Yep.
I voted.
Okay, I'm going to assume that everybody voted. Here we go. The poll has ended, and it looks like most people are here for both scales, so that's good. We have, like I said, today's not necessarily about the Carrera tracks that we're talking about. These are just the tracks that these people have. As everybody knows, of course, I have my giant HO slot car track. I've talked about that lots. That's not for today because I was redoing my Carrera track. But a few people have come into the room since we've been going at it. So I just wanted to make sure everybody knows they're not being forgotten. So check this guy out, Slot Car Daddy. Thanks for joining us, brother. Absolutely fantastic.
Hey, Ted, thanks for coming.
Yep. And we got Slot Car Misfits of all scales. Thanks for joining us tonight, brother. Absolutely fantastic.
Good to see you, Tom.
Daniel, I think I might have said hi, but we'll say it again. Another Dan in this world can only be a good thing.
I've never had any. There's only one bug out of this programming software, with the exception that you have to learn German, which is very easy because
yeah,
for the thing. Sometimes when I press Shift to highlight a bunch of like a section of track, the whole track will go like transparent.
Yeah.
And then that's it. This is the only bug I've ever encountered. Sometimes it's a real bummer when you've been working on a track and that happens and it will not save. You just lost all that information. At least that's been my experience. But for a free program, like it's fine. So
yeah,
I agree with you 100%. This guy has, I've looked at the other ones and it's not that they're not good, but this, I mean, look, I've got 32 tracks and you can go through the history of everything I thought of from day one. Track idea 1. My table I thought was going to be an angle. This is what I thought was a good idea. And I didn't know about borders really. You know what I mean? So this was when I thought my thing was going to be up against the wall. And then Jen had her input about the track. So we built this one, not the end of the world. Oh, this is actually, I forgot I built this one. You know what I mean? And then I got all obsessed with, the lines have to be equal. Right? Like I really wanted my left and right lane. I put so much pressure on myself that right and left lane had to be equal, and then and then you just progress, and then you realize that I want this, I want that, and testing 4, and blah 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 blah, and trying to find everything to do on a 6 foot by 12 foot table, right? Like this is the minimum. If you guys can do 7 by 13 or 12 and a half, I think is a Carrera track where it sits really nice, but not everybody has that luxury. Mm-hmm. This is an idea that's nice and clean. If anybody wants these ideas, not that you would, but if you have a smaller table and you're not sure, this is not a lot of money. I mean, it's one extra piece, right? The 1/16s and the one, and with that little, you can make enough. Because I had a hard time when I started trying to find track ideas for a table that made sense. So you kind of you learn. This is not the nicest curve, but you got it.
Yeah, that it doesn't have any borders on it, but you can get some plastic blinds, and you can't see them, and they blend into the wall on mine. But there's vertical. I have vertical blinds I just cut up and put in that curve in the back there, and the LED lighting is washing it out. But you could, that stuff's cheap, and or even post. Some guys use poster boards, and I clip it on there with binder clips.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's smart.
I wonder if that's you. I got that from Dan. Because that's a great idea. I use those little clips too to hold on the end barriers.
They work.
They're
They
really
work great.
because you can put them on and then take the clips off them, so that you're only left with the part that's actually grabbing.
So this is a vertical blind here. It's I don't know, 2.5 inches tall. You can trim it if you want, but it's got a curve to it. So you just curve it around and clip it with binder clips.
There you go.
And poster board works too, but it'll pop out if you hit it hard enough, and you just push it back in.
Yeah, I use plastic. I think it's like plastic poster board. My wife uses it at their work to put signs on. It would be on one of those clear plastic stands, and this is one of the it's like paper except it's plastic, and I just cut them to size. It makes great walls. Okay, so that brings us to Dan, and we're already here. So let's talk to 3 Bean and see what he's got going on right now.
Well, I got after the GRL, I put my track back together. That was in a couple of months ago. And so I've just been, trying to get things situated and get the cars back out. And then I had a proxy build to do, and I got that done as a scratch built car. And this is it here, 1992 Martin Valvoline Ford. It's a 132 is a model kit. And I just used the body of the model kit. So it's got a it's got a brass chassis, and I painted the brass chassis. It's got a BR a slot invasion guide in it, and Paul gauge tires. And you can probably, I don't know if it'll come in close and if it'll zoom in or not, but I got Goodyear Eagle decals on the tires.
Nice.
Oh, they look cool, man.
Nice.
So but it won first place in the oval.
Oh, good job.
Wow.
Fantastic, Dan.
Congrats.
Yeah.
And
this is my first 100% complete scratch built car. I've got 5 chassis, but nothing's finished. This is my 6th chassis I built, and it's 100% complete.
Yeah, man, I really like that. I'm huge on that. I've made so many white kit HOs.
And then I'll come back to the track in a minute, but here's my next project.
Oh yeah, right on. You've seen it here first, folks.
Galaxy.
That's a 64 Galaxy 500. This is for a NASCAR proxy. This will be a Buren Skeens 64 Galaxy 500. He didn't race for very long. He was killed in a Darlington wreck.
Oh.
In 64 or 5, I believe it was. But this one here is I'm probably 75% complete on this one. But here's the brass chassis.
Oh, that's amazing, man.
Wow.
I can't wait to get into that.
What motor is that?
It's a Predator.
Yeah.
20,000 RPM.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
So this Easter weekend, the intent was to get that body mounted on the chassis, but I never got to it this weekend. Too many other things going on. So this track this track, back to the track, this track is a polycar track, and it's 14 feet long and 6 feet wide.
Nice.
Are there? That's what I was going to ask you. What kind of track? Thank you for answering that. It's a polycar track. Are those? I don't want to call them divots, but it seems like there's like a wave on the track. Is that done on purpose, or is that like supposed to represent?
It's what do they call it? Like when they do firearms, they put on the handles, the handguns. It's stippling.
Oh, okay,
Oh, yeah.
okay.
It's rough. It's a rough surface, and I really like it. After running the GRL cars on the Carrera, and then the Revo slots, Thunder slots, and then going to the polycar track, I like the difference. It's much more grippier.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
So I came up in the HO world like a lot of us. So when I wanted to go to 1/32nd scale, I was on the fence back and forth. At first, I was going to build a routed track. And then I thought, well, I'm going to get a plastic track and see what I like. And I listened to Dave Kennedy and Travis, that slot car guy, Harry, and they kind of say, if you're getting into the hobby, you really ought to look at polycar. And I wasn't really interested in the digital. I did get interested in the digital, and then after running on the polycar track, analog and stuff, I'm stuck on analog. I like analog, and the intent for building the track was to test these scratch-built cars. The only reason in the beginning I built the track to test the scratch-built cars before I send them to Harry to the proxy races. And then it turned into you can see cars scattered all over the place. I lost focus, and everybody's buying cars, and I started picking up cars here and there. And then, my health issues kind of discouraged me a little bit from building scratch build cars, and so I got over that funk and got back into it. So my focus is back to scratch build. And scratch built car, you can put a digital chip in them if you want, but
yeah,
it's analog racing. You want to slide around those corners, and it's really bumping is racing.
So for me,
analog,
being the newbiest guy on the four of us here, I would see a polycar track right now in the store and be like, this thing must be so slippery. Can someone explain to me why it's not clicking in my brain? Why a weaved or a checkered track would be more grip? I understand with rubber, but why would that give you more grip than the track not being perfectly flat, so you could get better grip on the tires?
It just does. It sticks better. It's a better track. I've got it's my favorite track. Like I've gone through all of them. Scale Electric, Carrera. I currently have Carrera Digital, and my home track and the track I race at and the track at the shop are all Carrera Digital. But I'll pull out my poly track, and I have a 4-lane, and I have about 250 feet of polycar because I bought all of the extra leftovers for when they built Scale Auto Racing's track in Toronto.
Yeah.
I bought all Ernie's extra pieces because I'm planning on building a big track. I'm looking at later on down the road, and but it's great track. Like you can't. I really like it, and then I've had SEX and I've had Scale Electric. I still have Scale Electric, and but the poly is amazing. For me, I don't know. I like it. It's plasticky, but it still has like flex to it, and the cars stick to it great.
Very grippy.
If you ran your hand across it, you'd go,
yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't want to. This is a little extreme. It's like Velcro, but it's not. It's not that sticky.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's just it's grippy.
Yeah, maybe once the tires are warmed up, they're just like getting in the grooves and
Oh, okay. That
who
makes
knows?
sense.
Maybe there's some kind of physics going on there like that. It sticks. I would have said the same thing
Yeah.
before trying it.
And
I
you-
would have like, how does this work?
You buy their sets and it comes with borders.
Yeah, and
Right.
yeah.
It's the love-hate relationship with Carrera. I think that everyone ends
Yeah.
up having, right? They force that on
Here-
themselves.
Here's a close up. Here's a close up of the texture. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
on my-
okay. That makes more sense. It looked a little different in the picture. It looked more of like
Yeah, there you go.
stone.
Yeah.
So I was
It's
like, well,
on
that doesn't
yeah.
make sense to me. But that okay, seeing it up close like that makes I can
Yeah.
I can go
So,
down. Okay, so my last question. Sorry,
Hang, hang tight. Hold that question. We've had a few more people come into the room. As usual, I want to make sure everybody knows we know they're here and
Marty-
that we haven't missed you. So to those people, Kenton, I want to say thanks for joining us, brother. That's Slot Car and HO Trains. Guys, check out his channel if you haven't had a chance to yet. Make sure you do. He's got a lot of good content. And on Thursday nights, Kenton holds open mic. And if you guys are interested in showing off your track, any cars you made or that kind of thing, you might want to pop in and say hi to Kenton on Thursdays. He's got a really good thing going on there. Absolutely fantastic. I'm really big on people who are showcasing this fantastic hobby we seem to all be a great part of. And I want to thank everybody for that because it's everybody that makes this hobby so great.
I went to the hat.
Yep. Slot Car Haven, thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate it. And yeah, damn, these are some pretty hunky looking guys. I don't know. Marty, thanks for joining us, brother. I absolutely appreciate it. We will see you tomorrow night for sure. Thank you very much. Man, there's another good show. If you guys haven't come across Marty yet, you just did now. Marty from Two Lanes. He does his Tuesday night show. Please make sure you check it out. If I ever get to be half of what his show is, man, that's a happy day.
I think all the guys at work know Marty just because I put him right. I always miss the Tuesdays, and when I can, I'll just play it as I'm working, making my wires or soldering or whatever. And I got Marty in the corner on my speakers, and everyone's like, "What are you listening to?" I'm like, "You know what I'm listening to."
Right? Yeah.
Keep it down in the shop. I'm listening to Marty.
I call Marty the Slot Car Whisperer.
Yeah, right. Oh, Ed Dad's in the house. Thanks, Ed. I appreciate that. And there's Kenton. Hey, baby pop. Yeah, he's everywhere. Yeah, you bet, Marty. Great show, brother. I absolutely appreciate it. Lots of good knowledge for people like myself who are just trying to get going and that kind of thing. So fantastic. I just love the community. You know, everybody seems to want to share and be helpful.
To the Discord. Come to the Discord.
Oh yeah. I hear this whisper.
Build it, and they shall come.
It starts off with Joe from Araris Carrera and Pete from Show Me Slot Cars, and they have a great idea to open a channel on Discord for all the slot car enthusiasts, and everybody here tonight is welcome to join, and we suggest that you do. It's like this, except anytime. Holy Harry! Holy Harry's still awake? Oh my gosh, thanks for joining us, brother. I
Yeah, good to see you,
appreciate
Harry.
it. Woo!
He survived the shopping. You'll know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. So thanks for joining us, Harry. Absolutely awesome, brother. I'm going to be rewatching your videos right away. Looking for some ideas for my layout now that I've finally got it figured out. So yeah, should be good. Should be good. Can't wait to light it up. That's a big thing for me. So I think lighting on slot car tracks, regardless of scale, makes it sort of brings it to life. It really gives it like a really racing feeling. That's my point of view. But then again, not too many people just put lights on an empty track without scenery. So there's usually other things to go with it too. So it's all good.
Okay, I'm gonna write
Yeah.
that down.
No jokes here tonight, Chris. Thanks for joining us, brother.
Hey, Chris, good to see you.
Yeah.
Hey,
So,
Chris is here.
yep.
And my last one to Three Bean. Where did you get your name?
Dan.
Yeah. So it is Three Bean, and that is a play on. I had a work colleague that gave me that nickname after my kidney transplant. So
Why you kept your kidneys?
so I had a kidney transplant in 2012,
Oh.
Oh,
and Danny Dick Slot Car Garage is my donor.
No, you're what?
Yeah.
Damn.
So my son, my oldest son, is my donor.
Good.
And
God
Good.
bless you.
so
Good. Yes.
so
Good
my
for him.
work colleagues started calling me Three Bean because I have three kidneys. They leave the other two in, and when they transplant, the other two just quit. They quit functioning.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
So I have three beans, and the reason the E's are backwards because they look like kidney beans.
Oh. Oh, that's awesome.
So that's what I gave the name to my slot car room, or my slot car track is Three Bean Raceway. So yeah, it's three beans for three kidneys.
Oh man.
You heard Dan say it.
Nice.
You heard it here first. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You heard it here
Yeah,
first, people.
Yeah, I haven't let that cat out of the bag. I just kind of left it alone because everybody has kind of. I get a kick out of it sometimes. Hey three bean, and or 33 bean. It's all good. I don't care. I have fun. Hey, there he is, right there. Speaking
There
of
he
the
is.
devil.
Yeah.
Hey,
And,
There's the other bean.
So anyway, yeah, there's the other bean.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
being short of a
The
salad.
fun we have here on
it's all
Mondays, eh?
fun. And there's a lot of people that have Danny, Dick Slot Car Garage, and myself, Daniel, all mixed up. And
Oh,
Warren,
yeah.
Warren was one of them for a while till I had to
Yeah.
straighten him out.
Well, I was chatting to both of you and having the same conversation, but it was talking to two different people. I was wondering why I was getting these responses. It was funny.
Yeah.
Joe, can you help with that?
yes, sir. I'm on it.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, no kidding. Hey, here's this. Here's Robert Fish, my moderator. Best nickname story ever.
Hey, thanks, Robert. I appreciate that. My tag name on Xbox is Three Bean Salad.
I for sure thought it was something to do because you were close to the border or something. Like it's gotta be one of your favorite foods or whatnot. I mean,
I literally had no idea.
that's like,
Yeah.
but what a
My
great story.
My signature block in my work email is Three Bean because we have several Dans who I work with at the company I work for. So I just signed Three Bean, and everybody knows who that is.
That is awesome. Right on. All right.
I posted the Discord into the chat, but Dan, if you want to grab it and maybe put it into the description, if that's okay, so it doesn't get lost in translation.
Oh, okay.
'Cause I don't know if it's a joinable link. If not, you guys can go to Herrera's Carrera or Show Me Slot Cars. It's in the bio, but I don't want to take you away from the page. So
it's all, yeah, it'll all be in the bio. Once the show's over, I'll make sure that link is there. Of course, these fantastic creators are already there. After the show, I will make sure that the link is there in the description as well.
I just put it in the chat, but I don't know if you can click on it. You might have to highlight it and join. Sorry.
You did?
Yeah, it might be a little delayed. Right under Marty had mentioned, yes, I was just getting ready to ask for the link. Clearwater, and then it's me.
Okay, that's up here then. Clearwater.
In the live chat. Sorry, that's what I meant. And I put it in the live chat.
I don't.
Let me know if that works. You'll have to highlight and put it in a browser. You don't see it?
No.
No, you know what? I know what it is. Let me look at Facebook actually, or sorry, YouTube.
Oh, it's on the YouTube chat. Sorry, it's on the YouTube chat.
Okay, that's why I don't see that on the.
Okay.
But what I can do is, as soon as it comes in, I can strip it off of there and bring it, export it over.
Okay. Well, it's in the live chat on the YouTube. So
Awesome. Okay, so before I just want to remind everybody that I have the giveaway still going on. Okay, it's the hop-up kit for DTM. It's the rear axle hop-up kit by Slot Invasion. I've added the bushing bearings as well, and I've added a Slot Invasion a guide. You can see it right there. Okay, and of course the second part of the prize is the Ford Shelby. Now, of course, the chassis isn't on it yet because I don't want to take the car out of the bag until it's being sent to the winner. But the chassis will come with it. The chassis that's on, or the shell that's on the chassis right now, that's the one that's screwed up. That's why I'm leaving this in the bag. And whoever wins it will get a chassis next to this brand new shell. Okay. And there's going to be a catch because I've given away lots of stuff over the years. And what I did realize is sometimes you have to make it difficult. And today we're going to make it difficult. So what's going to happen is you're going to have to go to my other site for shorts, which is CarreraRacing.com or Carrera Racing on YouTube. Okay. And what you're going to do is you're simply going to say, I want to win. That's it.
Comment.
And then I'm going to take those names and I'm going to do a draw on this channel. Now, if you're not subscribed, you're not going to win. That's the catch. Okay. It's pretty simple.
fair enough.
If you want to be entered, all you do is say, I want to win on my YouTube channel, Carrera Racing. Okay, make sure you subscribe or you can't win. That's the catch. All right. So what I will do is I will take the names from that channel and I will bring them over here next Monday and we will do a draw. So everybody has 1 week to make sure that you go over to Carrera Racing. Of course, if you're interested or not, definitely make sure you subscribe and tell me you want to win and we'll take it from there. All right. So that's it.
Warren, are you holding those axle? Are you selling those axle upgrade kits?
Oh, hang on. Okay, yeah, that's a good question. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Hang on a second. Okay. So we've talked to Dan, we've talked to Joe, we've talked to me. Now we're going to talk to Warren. Now, Warren has an interesting perspective because not only is Warren in our hobby and collects cars just like we do, but Warren actually owns a store, a legitimate Carrera store, much like Sunday Slot Cars. They each have their own thing going on. They're both in Ontario. Yep. My big thing here tonight is to talk one of them to move to Manitoba. Anybody?
I might do that. I might do that.
Yeah, right.
You guys are fighting the carbon tax, man. We're getting so that's Canadian politics. That's another day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody wants out of Ontario. It's like
okay, so here we go, Warren.
Interesting history. Okay, so 1 year ago, April the Fools, I was on a chat, and it was Slot Avengers. Marty was there, Dave was there, George, and Raul. And so I had I'm going to do this again because I thought it was so funny the first time anyway. So I have access, a world first right now, to a Scale Electric Phantom slot car. I want to show it to you. So
holy, you got one?
Look right there.
Oh man, mine's still in pre-order.
One of one. It's the Phantom.
It's the Phantom. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your true ghost car.
April Fools.
Oh Oh my goodness.
All right. And he is selling those, and they're on sale for $99.99.
Right.
And if you mention his name, he'll throw in the car that looks exactly like it, but with the number 5 on it.
Yeah. It's been a year since I got invited on there, and they were like, just do it. And then here we are, right? And it's been a fantastic adventure. I wouldn't be where I am today without the community, with everybody's that's been, helpful with just about everything, getting into it. I know I need to do better on my content. That part I still haven't got down. The video creation and content, I have a ton of stuff on my hard drive that I haven't put it together because I get caught up in the nitty gritty and the fine details, and I want graphics, or I want some sparks, and then I'm like, I'm not Spielberg, so I should just put it up there. And funnily enough, some stuff that I've put up that I just kind of random threw together has got the most views. And so I got to get over that and just do it, right? Like Nike says, just do it. But yeah, I've grown strength to strength. I started with Carrera, and then Carrera and then NSR. So I am Canadian NSR and Carrera dealer. And then I've been doing shows. I've been out there talking to people. I have 2 rental tracks. I have a store track and a home track. And then the rental tracks I would take to parties, stag and does, auto shows, toy shows, everything. So really being out there, pressing the flesh with everybody, and showing my face at the shows and the rest of it. And it's been fantastic because I've met a lot of really awesome people. And and then it's like for me, I'm the worst person to boost myself, and I feel slimy if I want to. I'll be like, buy my car. I don't want to be a pimp. It's like I don't want to be a slot car pimp, right? Just be like, hey, I've got this stuff. If you guys want it, I have a website. I have a store. I will, do my best, and it's in Canada. I've got it here. I've done the hard part, so it's here. And you're not going to get that surprise at the door with the duty and the taxes and all the rest of it, because that's all handled and it's here. But recently I've picked up Scale Auto, Revo, Slotted, I can't even Fly, Ninko, and Polycar. So probably forgetting something, but I have access to all of that, including and Scale Electric. Did I say Scale Electric? So I've got it all. So now to go from, building slowly, it's like to having to try and stock everything and try and keep inventory and everything and have everything on hand when people want it, because they literally, it's like, it is the world. Because guys call me and they're like, do you have this? I want it. And I'm like, I don't have it, but I can have it in 3 days or 4 days. And then they might be like, boop, they'll order it anyway from wherever, and it's coming from the big guy, and it's, because they wanted it right now. So, but I'm trying to stock something for everybody, and it's really like like you spin the wheel. Does everybody want what's the hottest car right now? The hypercar. When that Ferrari comes out, everybody is going to want the Thunderslot Ferrari. The Thunderslot Mustangs, when they hit last year, that was like they just sold out. The GT350s. So it's a balancing act. I've tried to buy a little bit of everything. I've got it all up there. Got it in Canada, and and I just appreciate everybody's support. The guys that have been buying from me, customers, here and in the States. It's been really fantastic, and I have customers and friends. Like once you buy from me, I love throwing stuff in the bag. Some people are like, "What the hell? You sent me all this candy and these stickers," but it's fun for me. It makes my day when I'm packing up that stuff and I'm sending it out. And I'll go to the post office and I talk to the posties, and they're like, "You're back again." I'm like, "Yep, here I am." Take it and go. Make it. Hopefully it gets there. But it's been an adventure and it's been fun.
How much do I got to buy to get one of those bottles of wine?
Oh, behind me?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't. The Minister of Finance would not. I'd have to talk to the Minister of Finance, who happens to be my wife too.
I figured that was the internet problem. Was the problem with the wine?
Those ones might be okay, she may share those with you. You're gonna have to come over. If you're ever down this way, come for a barbecue.
Oh,
Wait.
bags are packed, my friend.
Yeah.
You know what happens when you take one of those bottles out, though, right? A big ball's gonna come rolling out of nowhere and start chasing you
Yeah,
around.
yeah. I know. Well, I know where the other those are all her good ones. She puts the good ones over here. So I don't know anything about wine, bourbon, and that stuff. I don't know anything about that either. I just do drinks and gin. That was funny.
Oh.
The other night you
I
had
love gin.
you had the gasoline gin there. I'm gonna have to try that.
Oh yeah, on the short. Yeah, that was a
Yeah, yeah.
surprise. That, my stepson got me that for Christmas, and I'm like, what is this? And I
Yeah.
tried it, and I'm like, this is the smoothest thing I've ever tasted for gin, and I love gin. And
Yeah.
the only other gin I can drink at room temperature is Hendrick's. And
Oh.
again, it's not about gin, but for my palate, any alcohol that you can drink at room temperature that doesn't burn is a high quality alcohol. That's my standard, and that's why I taste everything. So believe it or not, Beefeater on ice for me, people are like, "Oh, Beefeater, it's like garbage gin." I'm like, throw an ice cube in that,
Yeah.
and you're good.
Bombay's
Tanqueray or
pretty good
whatever it is.
too.
Bombay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, the
That's actually
sapphire.
I'm drinking that right now. Gin and juice.
There you go.
Look at that gangster slot car
Real pimp.
dealer, right?
Real pimp. What's the
Monday
drink?
night Snoop.
Yeah, Monday night. Yeah, we'll call like that's what we're gonna call this from now on, right?
I got-
Sitting on Dan's stoop.
I got chamomile tea here just because that's my age.
Hey,
Boo.
that's fine. Anyway, I had a promotion going during this. I was calling it March Madness, and what I had was if somebody bought something and put them into a draw to win a car.
Oh wow!
So if you guys don't mind, I've got my numbers here on the random generator, and I've got my list.
Oh,
Can I do the draw?
oh! You heard it here first, folks.
Everyone's shaking.
Yeah. All right. So,
Drum roll.
are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Here it comes.
Actually, hold on. I gotta turn
hang on
the
a
sound
second.
up so you can hear the sound. I turned all my sound off.
You want me to do a drum roll?
Before we get too crazy, I just want to say that's the kind of gin I prefer too. All right,
All right,
here we go.
here we go.
We got a draw for free stuff, everybody.
Spinning. Whoa.
The winner is
number 20.
number 20.
Number
Who's
20?
number 20?
Rick G.
Who?
Rick G. He bought from me. He bought, so he wins something. Number 20. Did you see it? Rick G.
Rick G.
Rick G. I don't want to put everybody's details up there, but so congratulations, Rick. I don't know if
Thank
he's
you,
watching
Rick,
this.
and I thank you, Warren, for donating one to the host of the show too. Awesome.
I'll look.
Yeah.
I might have some curbs for you though. Seriously, I'll go.
Oh.
I'll go look at. I do have high bank stuff.
No,
got the
I don't have any bank stuff, so.
Yeah, I'll go look. I do have some curves. Maybe.
But
I
I'm
can
not
take some
against
curves
donation of curves and stuff. I don't need any track. You mean like borders?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll take borders. Sure.
yeah. So I mean borders.
Awesome. And congratulations to Rick G. That is awesome. Wow.
Yes.
If you're Canadian, you know right away he just handed you $100 bill all day,
Right.
Yeah.
right?
I gotta stop being on these lives and start participating in these draws, man.
Can I do a shameless plug then? Like,
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah.
Wow, man, that is absolutely fantastic. Can you imagine when Rick goes to check his email?
Yeah.
You'd be like, first make it seem like something was wrong with the car you sold him, and then you're just gonna send him another one, kind of thing. Like,
His wife's gonna be like, what?
yeah, right.
Spills his coffee. Whoa.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome, Warren. Good for you, brother. And that's exactly, that's how you get things rolling, man.
Thank you.
People hear good things about people and they want to go out of their way to buy stuff from them. I know I watched some pretty ridiculous slot car auctions where I don't know what happened to the economics in the room, man, but I swear to God, the brains have left the building in some of these auctions I've been watching lately.
I did an auction last year, and I had no I had no idea that it was like, but it was like a perfect storm. I had two guys that wanted this set of Ferraris that I had, and it was on Whatnot, and they went for the one car went for $279 US. The last listing I'd seen for it was a 2014 Vettel, the T14, the Ferrari T14, 2014 T14, and the last listing, like when you do worth point and everything, it said 160 US.
Yeah,
but that was like an auction in 2021, and this was 2023, right? And anyway, I did the auction. These guys just carried on and carried on, boom, 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 and the one guy bought both cars, so he's got the set.
Oh man!
And he got. Now it was like a great day, but I had no idea that I thought that it would ever go that high, ever.
Oh man!
That was,
it just really blows you away sometimes, right?
yeah.
Some people need to have it to finish their collection. Some
Right.
people always wanted it and never had an opportunity to get it. I get all that, but financially, I think at some point it skews everything when stuff goes from way over value.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
because,
I know what you're saying. Like some of the stuff's just insane.
It's crazy, but it's nice that this stuff is available, kind of thing, right? There are lots of that kind of stuff going on right now, and it's kind of cool. And of course, a lot of us are looking forward to that NASCAR set from Carrera, or at least cars. So we're talking to the right person right now, Warren. Why don't you tell us a little bit? Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you know?
I can't tell you anything. I don't know anything. I'm on a list. I've had everything on back order, and
he knows nothing. He's got to go.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Sorry, I'm not going to fib.
We have you here. You gotta go.
Yeah, like the only things that they've given us, like the only one I heard was after the Nürburgring, the German toy show. They said, "Oh yeah, that the Mathy Porsche, the RSR 911 RSR, will come out in November." And Pendle Slots and a bunch of those guys that were at the show got that like as inside information, so they actually put it on their website, and that's the only reason I know that car will come out in November. But the other ones, there's 3 Porsches. I don't know when we're gonna get them. I don't know. Like everything's on back order. I've ordered everything, and I'm waiting. And then we have a different situation right now in Canada because we used to get our stuff from Carrera Revell, and then we had to switch distributors to Bordfeld Canada, and Bordfeld now handles Carrera Revell and Scale Electric.
Okay, now before you get into that, because I want you to let us know a little bit about the new situation going on right now in Canada when it comes to distribution. But first, wouldn't be much of a show, SBR show, without this commercial now, would it?
So I'm sitting here thinking, how can I make a bell notification video that viewers will actually want to watch?
You're gonna want that cowbell.
Did he just say cowbell?
I gotta have more cowbell.
It's not a cowbell.
I could have used a little more cowbell.
All right then, hit the cowbell notification button so you don't miss any of my up and coming content. Woo!
Can never have enough cowbell, guys. Never. Make sure to hit the bell notification, please, guys. That way you'll be notified when great content like this comes out. Awesome.
Did we lose Warren?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I'm here. I'm not dodging the question. I'm not dodging the question.
The guard dogs. The guard dogs.
I know. My little Shih Tzus. All 5 pounds of them. They're going ballistic there. Yeah. So that's like that. That's the one. A Mathy. Well, you guys know that. The Mathy Racing one.
Yeah.
That one will be November for sure. hopefully, I'm hoping that this one, they bring that one out in April. Look, it's a guess. We don't know. Everything's in, orders are in, everything's on.
What about starter sets? What about starter sets that have specific to NASCAR?
Nothing. Don't know anything. Might be April. Like we can only go on the timing that we had previously, and it was like quarterly. So we'd get stuff, would go into the States, and then you'd have your order in, and then they would pick it and send it to you. So you had, April, July, August, November, and then October.
Yeah.
That was kind of like the spread. And then sometimes stuff would come in between, and then they would be like, oh, do you want these? Like for what happened last year when I saw they used to post a list of everything as it became discontinued. And I saw the Pink Pig was going to be discontinued. I ordered a case, and that was like at the beginning of the year, like in February, and I got 4. That was it. It's like,
Out of that case you ordered?
yeah.
Oh boy.
And then they were gone. They were all gone. And now if you look at what the prices, like talking about prices, you go look what a Pink Pig is.
Yeah.
For 120, 140 US, 160. One guy's got one on eBay Canada for 260.
I personally think the Pink Pig looks better without the wing on the back. Just
Yeah.
saying. I
And
run mine around without it on.
There's
So,
something. I don't know if Carrera has. I don't know. Tell me how this is possible without stuff going out the back door. How can I go on Alibaba and order a car off of Alibaba that hasn't even been released in North America yet? But there was like that. For collectors, we know that. We'll go check. If you really want it and you want it before everybody else, go to Ali. But why is that possible? Why are the Golf Porsche, as an example, is on Alibaba? Hasn't been
Not the Carrera Porsche.
Yes, Carrera Porsche. The Carrera 917s are still available. Nowhere else are they available. The 132s were available in Europe, and they weren't available in North America. And they're available on Alibaba. You can go Google it right now.
I was gonna okay. So this is blowing my mind. I didn't realize that was even a thing. But couldn't Canadian brick and mortar like yourself get together and say, listen, let's put a bulk order versus individual guys. I'm going to stream up, right? I'm not pretending to know how the distribution works.
Yeah.
But like if you called up Billy and I'm just off the top of my head, Panther, Cool Boys No Toys, whatever. Right. I scuffed that name, but and you said, hey guys, let's just put in a bulk and then honor system and we get all our stuff. Would Carrera say, okay, these guys are serious versus like a little bit here, a little bit there?
I don't think that makes a difference. It's the way they allocate the stock. They seem to, like, Europe gets it first. I think North America gets it second, and in Canada we always get it last. I think that's just the way it works. Like if that allocation, if everybody's got orders in for that Manthe Porsche, and it's like it's all sold out there, and they only made 50,000 or 60,000, let's say, and Europe got 2/3 of that, and the other rest comes to the States, and it all goes to the States. Maybe they'll send 1,000 here. They'll send the rest to the States. I'm just
am I wrong? Am I wrong that the Euro cars, when I see people posting either on TikTok or YouTube or whatnot, and because I follow a few German channels, they have cars that I've never seen in any of our shops. Oh,
well, Japan has its own models too. And you can go on Alibaba. Like you can go buy the what's that drifting show? I should know this. With the AE86, the drift car, the Toyota AE86.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the white one, the Toronto, they call it a Toronto over there. You can buy that. Carrera makes that or made that. You can buy it on Alibaba. You can buy the Nissan Skyline. You can buy
the initial D set you're talking about. The anime,
yes, initial D. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, the Mazda. You can buy all the cars from the movie. Yep. They're all on Ali right now, but they have them. Those are Japanese market. Now again, maybe they stopped making them, and that's like new old stock that's coming out of the factory.
Are they okay? But hold on a minute. Are they knockoffs?
Yeah, that's my question.
That's the other thing, right? Is it? I have no idea. I haven't ordered one. I haven't actually
Yeah,
looked at one and seen does it have the holographic sticker on it or not? The comments are scrolling here. I'm sorry, guys, if I can't keep up and if anybody's
Don't worry,
asking.
brother. You keep talking. I'm the
Yeah.
No,
host.
Dan's on it. Dan's on it. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Well-
looked at that stuff on Alibaba too, and to me it's counterfeit. I don't know that, but
Right.
Right.
And I'm sketched as shit to buy stuff from Alibaba because they have a direct link. The Chinese has a direct link to your credit card.
Well, I mean,
Worries me. We need to dig a tunnel.
Yeah. So who knows? That's but that's the I've had orders in since February when they did the changeover. I literally took my whole back order list that I had with Carrera Rovell in the States, and then added to it for the whole year and sent it to Borgfeld. And
I don't know. My suggestion would be maybe like join forces and make a big order, so to then like, oh, hold on a minute, okay, we can guarantee. I don't know. It's just an idea, right? Like it's so hard for smaller guys to.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Like because this is an exercise. It's all new to everybody. It's new, right? So we'll find out. I'm not saying
pick a place at the
I'm not saying
border.
there's any problem with them. I'm just saying I don't know when we're going to get stuff, and I have no idea. And hopefully in April will be the first. Gives them a chance to ramp up and get stuff in, and then distribute it.
We'll give them to
They've
April.
been doing it for years, so they should be able to handle it.
We'll give them to April, and then the rest of us Canadians are going to meet at a specific spot on the border. We're going to cross, we're going to purchase, and we're going to come back.
Oh yeah, okay.
We'll do that, and then you can resell at a higher price because we did the trip.
No, you got to be competitive. That's the thing. You want to be competitive. You don't want to race to the bottom, right? You don't want guys cutting their prices and trying to. And it's a race to the bottom for everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, buying power like that. That's the premise behind that. Is like a co-op, right? Like your tractor supply companies and all those guys. When you got that buying power and you can purchase and then redistribute it through everybody in your organization.
Yeah.
So yeah, for sure. I mean that maybe that will garner, maybe if you're putting it through like massive orders, that you maybe get a smaller discount because of the volume. But I don't think it's gonna help anything. We're not gonna get it sooner than
Well, I mean, time delays are time delays, right? That's why you
Yeah.
put in pre-orders. That's good for you, right? If you can show your customers, hey, I can get this, and this pretty consistent. Then as a customer, I feel more confident in being like, I'm gonna lock it in. I'm gonna put my pre-order. I'm guaranteeing you, so you can guarantee them, your distributor. Hey, I have guaranteed sales here.
Yeah.
Start, show me the money, show me the product, right?
Yeah.
But that's it's nothing new for Canadians to wait for anything.
Right. Well, that's like that's what the conundrum too. It's like, what do you bring in? Like the Polycar, the T004, T003, 4-lane tracks. You're looking. Did I say that too fast?
No. Corn. I'm just looking at Cornholio Speedway here in Canada.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for joining us, James. Okay, hang on. Before you finish there, I'm doing a new segment on the show. It's called 3 Questions. Okay.
Oh my God.
I keep it
Why
real.
3?
I keep it real simple this week. Okay.
I have 5. I have 5 written down.
Well, hang on. It's my show. Okay. Question number 1. Okay.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what scale. What's your favorite brand of slot car? Post it in the comments, guys.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
This one is easy for me, man. Hey, Di, thanks for joining us. Pioneer, yeah. Man, the choices Pioneer has is crazy. Scale Auto, really nice. I love their RSs. So nice.
I heard
All
that.
of them, yeah. Okay, ready? Hang on. Okay, question 2. Now, if this car was your race car, what color would it be? This is easy for me. All right.
Am I supposed to be playing?
Yeah.
Are we all playing?
Oh,
Yes.
I don't see you guys play.
oh, sorry. I'm like,
Okay. Now, question number 3. That's 4. Question number 3. Wow.
I need whiskey.
Question number 3 is, on this car with the awesome color paint job you've chosen, what number goes on it?
Warren, don't do that again.
What? 12?
Don't show me cars that I want.
Oh,
Other manufacturers
this is.
that I'm not ready to jump to.
I've got
Stop doing that.
Okay.
I've got the one with the mud on it too from the Cypress rally.
Okay, so this 3-question thing today, the reason why these 3 particular questions are, anybody who I find is big into being a slot car enthusiast has the answer to these 3 questions always sitting on the edge of the tip of their tongue. If they had a car, it would be made from this company, it would be this color, and every single race car has to have a number. Everybody knows what that number is, always. So I think it's kind of cool that this is one subject where everybody is on the same page. We all know what we want from a slot car. That's absolutely evident by just the way the comments went. There were no right answers. There were no wrong answers. Everybody has their own mind. We are able-bodied.
See, I said yellow.
And here we go. Okay, so back to where we were before we weren't. Warren's going to show us a few cars. What do you got there, Warren?
Since we were doing a little bit of nostalgia, and it's been a year since I started my YouTube thing, I found these guys when I was in my collection anyway. This was my first car that I bought as an adult. And it's a scale electric Porsche RSR. And then I thought I was straight up pimping when I got this, which was like around 1999, 2000 when this car, it's the Ninko GT1. And it's yellow. And that's what I answered, yellow.
And do you have do you have the newer version of the Revo GT1 by then?
Not in the GT1, no. I got in a bunch of cars, literally sold out in a week. I got 3 left. I got a GTR, 2 GTRs, and a Viper. And then I'm getting some more this week.
And did you put a link in the description or in the comments?
No, I haven't.
To find your store?
No, I haven't.
Okay. If you want to do that,
All right, thank you.
And I believe it's Misfits of All Scales, I believe is the name.
Yeah, Tom.
Yeah, he said he will, if you want to put a car or 2 on his site. That's cool because you're a store. It's not open to everybody.
That's Tom, right?
That's
Tom Work?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
Nice guy.
Hey Tom, how you doing, brother?
I don't know.
I don't know why I didn't put the 2 together. I feel like an idiot.
Well, that's
I am an idiot.
Right. Well, a lot of times you just know you chat with people online, and because of social media and the rest of it, you don't. But you don't.
Well, it's his page, right?
And we got nicknames. Yeah.
So
we all run by nicknames too. So.
Can I ask Dan from 3Bean a question?
Yeah.
A two-part question. Then one, do you have any Thunder slots? And 2, what's your favorite car right now because you got a nice collection there. What's your favorite car to run on that track?
Yeah, I have a Thunder slot. Danny actually gave me one for Christmas. It's the Elva, McLaren Elva, black McLaren Elva. It didn't run very well on the Carrera track, so I need to run it on the on my Polycar track. It'll wake it up.
Okay.
You know, I'm a big fan of. I think your second question was a favorite car or favorite manufacturer.
Yeah, right now on your track, what do you like running?
I got Mustangs everywhere.
I noticed that.
Okay, there's GTYs. There's some old, and I like Pioneer cars.
Okay.
Yeah. Lots of
you know,
selection.
one of the things is interesting about Ted, Slot Car Daddy. All he has is Scale Electric. That's it. That's all he owns. And when I got into 132nd scale, I really liked the look of the Pioneer cars, and I was going to stick strictly to Pioneer. That's what I was going to do. And then I fell off the wagon, you know. But, you know, I got several Pioneer cars, but I really like their cars. They run good right out of the box, just like a Scale Electric. You can take them right out of the box, put them on. The tires have got tread, you know, they're treaded tire. They're not a slick tire. They look real.
Scale.
The scale is spot on. They just, I mean, there's
Sorry,
I got a bunch of their Mustangs.
Pioneer.
Pioneer.
I've got some Revos. I got the Revos. You know, they like to, like Dan said in the beginning, you got to have some space for a Revo. Like they like to stretch their legs. So you know, my Revos really like this Polycar track.
Oh man, yeah, I can only imagine the hookup. Woo! Oh, yeah, because BS Steve at BS Slot Cars, I think his is Polycar too, and he said his track has massive grab. So yeah,
but I got a little of everything. But I guess if you know, I put in Dan's poll he just did was, you know, what's your favorite manufacturer, and is to me it's Pioneer, and I'll end up collecting a bunch of those. I've got some on order now, and I like the Legend cars. I'll get a bunch of those. Yeah, I'm also a big fan of classic NASCAR. So any chance a classic NASCAR body, Carrera body, or anybody's body comes up on eBay, I'm snagging it.
Right. Love the Legends. I totally agree with that. And you know how awesome that would be for, you know, if Carrera put out like a 2 or 3 car set of like rare Legends that aren't sort of out there, I think that would be really good, you know, because there's so many people who would like to see these cars, like the barges, right? We want to see NASCAR barges. I want to see the cars they actually raced on the sand at Daytona Beach. I'd like to see that, you know what I mean? And I know they have a few like that, and you know what I mean? But it would be nice if they had more of a stock of that kind of car, because I think racy cars, it's like I always say, man, the racier the car looks, the more inclined you're going to want to be to squeeze the trigger. So it's definitely, man, Pioneer, you know, being that when I first got into the larger scale, it's very overwhelming, especially when you come from HO, because HO, there's like two major manufacturers that are putting out all the cars, whether you like it or not. And on the Auto World side, they got lots of stuff they produced for the last 30 years now, just put a different color on it. And for AFX, well, they're currently in the business of building cars that are too big for an HO track now. So once again, see the car doesn't actually touch the track. It's being pinched by the 2 cars. Yeah. And of course the card just shows what I think about, you know. So it would be nice if you know, that company in particular pay a little more attention to what's going on. Of course there's another you know, distribution for HO is non-existent in Canada, and if I want, as one of the major channel creators for HO, if I want a slot car, I got to buy it from another
Sure.
country, and then let it bounce around that country until it gets to my country, which is ridiculous.
That,
Yeah,
But
and
this is the
like
game
I
we
said, and I
play.
don't want to get into it today because that's not the point of this show. But I think if these types of companies want to sell more product, then they really need to start advertising or doing collaborations. And I've already talked to AFX about how much collaborations cost, right? Because we all know how much it costs for you guys to be here today, right? That's how much it would cost to have AFX have me there that night and going on about their newest products and stuff like I've been for the last 2 years, right? And I've asked them for the last 2 years to come on, and the same thing over and over again. I need to have 4,000 subscribers. Like you're asking like a guy with 1,000 subscribers on YouTube that I need to have 4,000 in order for you to sit in a chair next to me and talk about slot cars.
yeah, that's pretty bad.
Free, right? Free is the right number, but for some people, free is not the right number.
That's I think that's just business and
yeah, it's definitely business. Yeah, there's no question it's business, right? But like I said,
they have to expense that, right? So it's like, is it worth it? So then you got the guy at the top saying, why am I going to pay your salary to go on a show that's not bringing us revenue? Right?
Yeah, but I'm not. You see, the difference is, Joe, is I talk to the top person. When I call AFX, I don't deal with somebody down the road. I actually talk to Elise Russell. She's like number 2 there. So when I talk. Yeah, I've been interacting with her for quite a long time now. They see all my videos in the office. I won that 1 of 6 car that they gave away, 1 of 6 in the world car. And assuming that the other people have already opened their car and are driving it around. Mine's still in the package with, Steve Russell's initials, Elise Russell's initials. And that cool guy that they got rid of. I don't know where Seth is, man, but Seth was the shit at AFX. But now they have Ashley. Ashley's cool too, but she's learning slot cars. She's new to the slot car game. May not be new to the job she does, but she's definitely new to slot cars because it's all good. But and of course, AFX is the best for warranty. So that's why I always say, if you're the type of person that wants to make sure that your shit is always good, AFX is your company. Auto World, you're lucky if you even get a return response from them. I'm telling you the honest truth. I've been trying to get a hold of Auto World for 2 years now.
Wow.
They still owe me for 8 Super 3 cars I couldn't run on my track. Never got a response, man. 2 years. I'll send it every couple months. I'll just resend it.
That's because you're too popular.
When they put out their first round of that garbage chassis Super 3s, it didn't run. It didn't run because the pinion was binding on the rear axle. So it would literally do like almost a full turn of the tires and then jam up and stop because the pinion wasn't the right size.
It's because they got them from Alibaba.
And then they sold them. I didn't recall them. I bought 8 of them. Do you think I could get a refund or a warranty issue? Nope, not at all. Not at all.
On the topic of, I mean, I don't know, maybe the chat can help me out here, right? Because I mean, those of you who know a little bit about me know that I'm like a Carrera fanboy at this point. I'm still dipping my toes into expanding, and I'm like living vicariously through everybody and your different sets and your different tracks. And I'm trying to find that chasing that dragon, if you will. I'm trying to find that holy grail of which would be the third party company to go to get the closest experience to Carrera. Don't give me, well, no, you've got to expand this, you've got to expand that. Don't be afraid. I want the same type of experience or as close to as possible, opening up a Carrera car doing a minimum amount of maintenance, if that's even a thing, putting it on my track and going. I was surprised to hear that that Dan Threebean is saying that the Thunder slots, because I thought I was directed in the way the Thunder slots would be the closest to, and now Dan's saying they don't run that well. Like, well, what does the chat think, and what do you, Warren?
Yeah, a lot of cars need tuning right out of the box. Like even look, this is Dan's done this. I've got this Revo slot right now. This is what it is. It's a Porsche GT2, and I'm gonna digitally chip it. But I was looking here, like the motor pod is loose. Like it's not. I don't know. And then I was watching Home Racing World's how to mesh your gears and everything earlier. So maybe it's set up like that I have to tune it, and that's so there's some work involved with this car, and it's a premium car.
Yeah.
You know, like when I first started, I would just take my car, take it out of the box, put it on the track, maybe scuff the tires with some sandpaper, put some sandpaper on the track, and just run it back and forth, and then let it warm up and zoom and go, and that's it. And that was my whole experience, and that was beauty until something stopped working, or got to adjust the brushes, and then you start slowly, but where from where I started and where I am now, it's like it there's volumes and volumes and I don't know everything. I absolutely do. I'm still, like I say, this is where I'm at. I'm figuring this stuff out, and I'm getting back in the hobby too.
So the Carrera style car, it's a toy car. You take it out of the package, you put it on the track. Now you Revo slots, Thunder slots, those are premium cars. They're metal chassis, they're CNC machined, and they put them together in a box expecting you as the user to take it out of the box and tune it like you want it. It's maybe put a different gear, put different tires. It needs to be tweaked. It hasn't been, they don't test it. That costs money,
right?
To do that. So they're going to put it together, but it's not ready for the track.
No,
and that's fine. That's not like when I interviewed Dave from Slot R, I think he explained it and it clicked in my brain the best. He's like, these manufacturers don't know what track you have, so they'll do the most neutral, and it's up to the consumer. Fine. Yeah. And I understand that. In my head, I'm thinking, well, if there's people still like me out there, right, for the new guys coming in, and to do that stepping stone of like, okay, you don't want to tune too much. Okay, try this. And then as you get comfortable, I know, guys, it's a toy. I get it. I just got to stop being lazy and twinker with the thing, right? But remember, this is me, a guy who did not want to deal with rubber tires because I don't want to deal with truing. So I went straight to silicone, and I took the good with the bad because I'm like, well, okay, fine. I got to clean my track. Pros and cons, fine. This is just my mentality of it. Call me a baby if you will, but we are grown men playing with toys, right? So, so my thing is, why hasn't anyone just made third-party Carrera cars, or is that the Alibaba stuff? You know what? Maybe I will order one from Alibaba. But like, why didn't anybody think, well, Carrera has a market. Why can't we just piggyback off that market? Because they're not giving. Right, we're talking about. Oh, I want more Legends. Well, you know what? Let me pump out more Legends Carrera copies.
Right.
Well, you can. You just buy any car and chip it.
Well, I'm thinking Scalextrics now at this point. With Scalextrics, this SCX cars be as
and that was a learning curve for me too. I did. Where's my Porsche? It's not here. I did a Porsche Scalextric Porsche, and I was like so disappointed with the thing when. It's like I'm at the point now I have to add weight. It had the DPR door, so I got a Carson chip, threw a Carson chip in there, and but it still didn't have the right performance. I changed the guide. I got I think it was a Slot Invasion or NSR guide for Carrera, like for Scalextric to Carrera track, and changed the guide on it, and I still haven't got it running right. And I'm like, I just need to spend more time on it, but it is a learning curve, right? Yeah. So and a lot of times I think where we're at as a society, we want instant gratification. You want that thing to work now, and you want it to be the fastest, and it's better.
Well, I mean,
right.
It's
and you're like, okay, I've got this initial investment in my car now. Just spend all this money in the aftermarket. I better be, dropping 5-second laps right now.
No, I mean, there's a certain expectation and understanding of the hobby and these third-party companies, and hats off to everybody who's making a living off that, right? Like, but you get a guy like me who comes off Carrera, and it's like, oh, okay, fine. Oh, okay, I got to change the tires. Cool. I got to oil this up. Fine. Oh, if I sand down the axle, I'll get more performance. If I actually change out the motor for a plug and play, I'll get more performance. Okay, cool. What's the next step? Let me buy a third-party car. Oh, wait a minute. It's like I'm starting from scratch, but I'm paying premium. Fine. Right. You guys are meant for the bigger tracks. I don't have that. As Canadians, I don't have that luxury of going to my local store or track, so I don't get that. So if I've been spoiled from the get-go from Carrera to be like, open the jewel case, throw it on the track, and it'll run. Right. It might not run the best, so I've got to tune it up a bit, not custom tune it, but tune it. Now, you know what I mean? There's got to be someone else out there thinking, well, wait a minute. There's more of Joes out there. Let's get little Timmy, that whole, cliche scenario that we know about Carrera is not meant for the hobbyist. It's meant for the Christmas gift, put it away after, take it out, put it away, take it out. Like how I grew up with my Tyco tracks, right? Let's get Timmy to the next level. Let's get him a car outside the box, right? So now I want NASCAR. Now I got to wait till December. Well, if I had the molds or something, is it that difficult to make that mold? I'm assuming yes. But at the same time, if Revo Slot can make it, is it just a lot easier because the components are thinner and you're dealing with metals versus molded plastic? Is this what I'm trying to piece together here? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's quality. Clearwater, the answer to this is football, rugby, and wrestling, and I don't mean WWE.
Oh, so you played the fake wrestling?
Bobcat. Bobcat,
I think Gene had a comment there.
Sorry?
Gene had a comment there for Joe, I think.
Where are we? Joe, yeah, here we go.
Tune, which I'm still learning. I have expanded my car manufacturers. It's going to be the inevitable expansion for me, right? I mean, to the point of, and that's going to be my personal collection. And my issue is that I'm trying not to go that far because I know myself and I'm going to be a compulsive buyer. And I see a lot of cars that I want, and they're just going to collect dust. I've done this with board games. I've done this with, I'm a big Star Wars fan. I have a whole shelf of full game that I never play anymore. One, because of where I live. So it's all that money,
So this is what I've done too, John. I've done the same thing. I've ordered one of all the major brands. Haven't got the Thunder slot yet. That's coming. But I have the Scale Auto RS, the NSR, obviously Revo. So these are just a few. And of course, I plan on getting a Thunder slot. I'm still going to grab at least one or two Pioneers. Of course, you need to have two, right? You can't just have one because you can't race one car. One car race is called time trials. Can't race one car.
Time attack.
Two. Yeah, right. So so I do the same thing right now. I'm in the midst of looking for what's out there. I can tell you this much: I really like the NSR, but I was not happy with the chassis. The back end of the chassis from the back wheels to the back, I could have twisted it right off the car with no effort whatsoever. Maybe that I feel a little spoiled with the Revo chassis, being it is the way it is. Nice quality feeling build. It feels well put together. Nothing shaking around at all, unless of course you want it to do that, right? Because the last thing you want is to have your shell fully secured. You want it a little bit loose so it has some movement with the car, that kind of thing. I'm not going to talk about setting up a Revo. I'm the last person. If I would send you anywhere, Dave R, of course, Slot R is always where I go to buff up on my Revo stuff. I know right away he'd be like, no, I learned it all from, but you know what? I'm watching him do it, right?
Exactly.
And he's watched the next guy. And I'm sure that guy, a Homeworld Racing, Harry, I think is where he learned how to do his revos from. And it's the greatest. He's so meticulous. He takes time to do it properly. My first, the CLK, I must have watched his video about 8 times, man, because there's no way I wanted to screw that up. And I wanted to make sure that every time from this time on, I did it exactly the same thing. It's pretty much a teardown. I like to loosen every screw by hand, even if I just have to break it and then tighten it back up, because I need to know that it was torqued properly, okay? If you've ever watched these idiots torque your tires, your lug nuts, when they go to click that torque wrench, if it clicks right away, it's not correct. It's already past torque if it's clicking when he goes to move it. So keep that in mind, right? This guy's right. He wants to do a free. I want to get my oil change. He wants to do a free, show the guy in the shop, the new guy, how to do a rotation. And then I'm watching him use this, and it's like literally click.
Oh,
It's supposed to be a quarter to a half turn before the wrench goes click, or it's already over torqued. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, it's the same thing. Oh, look at this. We were just talking. Here we go. Steve, you missed our whole conversation. We were talking about you. Oh man, we were bad mouthing you like crazy in your track that nobody seems to like. No, I'm just kidding.
Steve and Cheryl are awesome, man.
Yeah, for sure, brother. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
he
found
had
this out. The track that everybody was talking about tonight. So
I laugh so hard when I watch them. If I have a bad day, turn on Steve and Cheryl.
Oh, I enjoyed having them on the show, man. They're great. That's awesome.
I don't know if people know this about Steve, and hopefully it's all good. I mean, maybe I'm the last of the party, but he runs 2 other channels.
Yes.
I don't know how he finds the time
3
to do
other
it.
channels, actually.
3?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because he's got the BS slot cars. He's got the Shen RC. He does a mountain biking.
I'm last to the party. I'm last to the party. Hats off again.
Yeah, he's the man. Steve and Cheryl, they're all right.
He's a busy
they're
guy.
Good
yeah.
people.
Good people.
So, yeah, it's nice that there's someone out there. You know, like it's fantastic to see that kind of thing, right? Like what me and Irene do on the weekend. It's just we're just sort of. It's not like what they do. You know, like. They do a good job of what they do. They make it look exciting, and it probably is pretty exciting. I mean, we all race. We know how exciting it can be, right? But yeah, and it's strictly analog there too. That's correct. So I'd definitely be burning the tires off my Revos for sure, man. But yeah, it's just it's a fun thing we like to do, and I guess that'll bring me to what me and Joe here from Marrera's Carrera was thinking about, and that we were thinking of doing a husband and wife series or a guy-girl series, I guess, if you're not married.
And that's funny that BS just came on because he was one of the first guys that I approached.
Right.
He's just too busy, which is fine.
So what we were thinking of doing is it's going to be, like I said, pairs, a male, female, whether it be husband and wife, boyfriend, girl, brother, sister, all the same. And what it is it's going to be a ladies against the guys. And as racers, there's no advantage in sex. We already know that. Look at how Danica races. That's a joke. So what we're going to do is me and Irene will have a race. If Irene wins, okay, that 1 point will go towards the female. And all 3 are whoever's involved in these races. Every week we'll do a race. We'll see who wins. The person who wins, that point goes towards that sex. Okay?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a battle of the sexes when it comes to slot cars. And this way everybody can be involved. You don't have to have the same track as anybody else. It's just all about being involved and sort of being part of.
That's it. So now, any single guys out there, if you want to participate, just add that to your Tinder. I race looking for
I
a partner.
race cars. Oh my god! Next up, plenty of slot cars. Oh my gosh, I've seen this car already.
No, that's it. Dan and I are going to go over some of the rules. I mean, some basic stuff. I think we're just, just off the top of our head, some, it has to be a race, right? Because that was the whole thing. It all came up when Jen was bugging me because we were doing the time trials, Ripple and Two Wolves. And she's like, why don't you actually videotape us doing a race? And I'm like, well, no, because you always win. So it's not like, and I got me thinking, I'm like, all right, fine, we'll do it after I time trial all my cars and categorize them, whatever. I got that little project going on. But I want to see a race, how you guys do it at home. So the basic simple of it is it has to be digital. There's going to be fuel. And that's about it, really. I mean, because all our tracks are different lengths and whatnot. So if you guys are normally doing a 200 race, we'll see film it, then shorten it. We'll, keep it whatever, and honor system at this point. And, make an episode about it if you can. If you're not on a YouTube channel or whatnot, film yourselves, take a picture, say, hey, tonight we did this race. These were the statistics. And okay, hot jelly beans, okay, but not the ones, the vomit ones and the stock ones. No.
Wow,
but that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Yeah, we got to add some spice to that.
So if anybody's interested and you're on Discord, you can hit either me or Joe up with that. Or if you're interested, you can mention something now. No hurry. We're sort of just getting it together now. We want to make it so that everybody can feels like they're included. That's why we're not going with a specific track size or what have you. It's not really that kind of race. It's just sort of like like I said,
keeping tabs on who's the better, and you choose your own car. It doesn't have to be the same car, whatever car you're comfortable with. I know Jen's gonna pick her pink Audi R8, and I know that it's the slower car, but I'm most likely gonna take my Ferrari just because I can't fudge. But whatever, I don't know. It's just for friendly fun. If anyone's interested in
wasabi,
a bag of them, right, Dan?
Dan. Wasabi.
Yeah,
why are you making this worse for me, Dan? You're supposed to be on my side.
Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Well, we are at hour 2. That really tells you just how great these conversations go, because they fly by. We could literally probably sit here and chat for another couple hours. I mean, assuming we didn't have to be at work or in bed.
Yeah.
I could probably chat for a lot longer. Basically, I've got
let my dogs out.
half my list. Oh wait, that's the napkin. Half the list, not the napkin. But we can surely save it for next week. It's nice to have some carryover. As usual, I invite anybody who's here this week to join me next week. Anybody who is in the comments right now and has a channel, Tom, if you would like to join us next week, that would be cool. We would appreciate that. Cyberg, Harry, if you wanna join us, brother, I could make sure Monday nights moved a little earlier in the evening if you'd like to come on. Or we can do it a little bit later. That might be pushing it for most, but I think if we did it earlier, we could probably accommodate.
Harry,
join
the Discord. Join the Discord, Harry. You know you want to.
Discord, yeah. Say the word. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And Bobcat, if you'd like to come on and talk about your fantastic product, you're more than welcome to. I'd like to hear from you.
Bobcat tires on those GT-Ys, man. They make them run.
You see?
Bob?
And I'm just about to review my next GT1, so might be good timing there, Bob.
Can I just, Bob, can you please check your email? I sent you an email the other day. I'm trying to get a hold of you. Sorry.
What the heck is Warren?
Thank you to everybody
Delete.
on my behalf. It was great to meet you guys. Then we met, so more for Warren, but get to know you and the reason for 3Bean. I'm sorry if I spoke over anybody. I can do that. And then thank you everybody for answering my questions in the chat. I know I think I will forever be a newbie. And I'm still a little nervous, scared, and my wallet's a nervous, scared to jump into that Revo world and all the other third-party stuff. And I know maybe I'm asking some baby questions, but I still I love my Carrera, and I'm there. So it is what it is at this point. But thank you guys, and I'll shut up now. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us tonight, Joe. I absolutely appreciate it. And we're absolutely fantastic. It's great that you're here, and I thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Of course, another Canadian content creator, and you know me, Mr. Canadian right here, brothers and sisters. If you're Canadian, I got a place for you. I got a square on my show. Kind of like we can make this look like the Brady Bunch if we get a couple more in here.
Right?
But there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with the proud and free.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with the proud and free.
And like Dick was saying, Dick's Slot Car Garage, Danny, like he was saying, eBay, get yourself in trouble really fast, man, because to buy a car, all you gotta do is click the button. Damn, I'm guilty.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, Warren,
Yep.
final words, brother.
Thanks for having me on, guys. It was really fun. Really appreciate it. I just want to give my shout out for my website, lightechslots.ca. And, Joe, keep on going with the Carrera, and everything is fantastic. And you got to learn. It's a learning experience, and you do yourself an injustice if you. It's like anything, like any sport, right? It's like you can't just go to the super fast. You can't go race GT1 if you don't do saloon cars and move up through each class and learn each division and really, and then you hone your skills and you hone your passion and love for it, right? And you grow with it. So that's if you do yourself an injustice if you just jumping like that. I used to shoot IPSC and IDPA, and I'd see guys all the time that come in with their standard Glock or their IDPA gun class, and then they're like, they saw these race guns and they're like, I want that race gun. They want the Glock with a red dot on it and a 4-point triple point comp and these wild holsters, and they want to go straight to IPSC. And it's like they never got the basics, and then they end up going to IPSC getting smoked every weekend, and they're like, this sucks. I don't want to do this anymore, but they spent thousands of dollars to do it, right? And they had some cool stuff. You gotta go start it. Keep on with the baby steps and do the baby steps and the learning and everything, and that's the best way, with anything, I think.
I appreciate that. Do I scream gun nut? How did you know that I would understand that analogy?
No. What do you say? I'm looking at I couldn't even see you there. That's really awesome camo.
Oh, thanks. You got my hunting dog, my hunting camo. But what I really wanted to say was the real reason is. You guys get that? No, bad joke. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was out there. We're gonna go South Park for a moment.
All right. So, of course, that was Warren. Thank you very much, Warren. We appreciate you being here from Light Tech. Absolutely fantastic. Once again, Canadian. Very nice. And not only that, but a Carrera dealer. So thank you very much, Warren. I appreciate it, and I'm sure everybody here appreciates having you on.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thank you very much. And who can forget this fantastic gentleman we're about to talk about next? Will be on my show in a week or so, and we'll be talking about a really serious issue. Dan from 3 Bean, brother.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me on, Dan. It was good to see Warren again. Got to hang out with Warren a lot on our GRL stuff, and looked like a lot of the GRL guys were on tonight. We had a lot of fun doing that, and I hope we get to do that again next year. But yeah, I'd like to say thanks for having me on. I got a small channel, it's just it really kind of kicked off for doing the GRL thing, but then I started doing some stuff on the scratch building and stuff like that. There's a lot of guys doing that stuff out there, but I want to document it for other folks, and there's not a lot of polycar tracks out there, and not a lot of folks doing specifically Pioneer either. There's lots of people have Pioneer, but I might move over that direction a little bit. I don't know, but you know, I got in it, like I said in the beginning, to do the scratch building. So I really want to get back focused on that. That's what I built the track for. And you know, my first race out, I won the oval race. So that was just exciting. I'm still glowing over that. That was just
awesome, eh?
awesome.
Awesome.
And I placed on the podium with GRL too. I didn't even expect that at all. So
Nice.
Good effort.
so again, thanks for having me on. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dan. And for those who don't know, Dan is a member of mine and has been for a while now. So, Dan, I want to thank you for that. I definitely appreciate it. And as everybody knows, not 1 cent goes into my pocket. It all goes back to everything you see in my videos and production value for said videos and sitting here with you guys.
Absolutely.
So I want to thank everybody who was in the comments tonight. And before we leave, here's another member of mine. Thank you very much, Doug. I absolutely appreciate that. Thank you to all my members. And if you'd like to become a member, I've made it easy for everyone to be a part of the team. You can be a part of the SVR race team for as little as 99 cents Canadian. I think that's like 25 cents American. So it's a great deal if you're an American. If you're Canadian, you may have to take out a loan, but that's your problem. Not mine.
We're a rabbit's foot.
That's right. That's right. So anyways, on this Monday night, I want to thank everyone for being here. Once again, I want to thank everyone in the comments. Absolutely fantastic. Every week, we grow just a little bit more, which obviously means the great people of our wonderful hobby are finding us, and that's important.
Mm-hmm.
That is very important for two reasons. One is it helps us grow the hobby, and two, as I always say, there shouldn't be a smart person in the room in the hobby, right? If you're not the smartest person in the room, make sure you're with the smartest person in the room,
Mhm.
which would be everybody here today. So guys, I want to thank you for joining me tonight on Monday Night Slot Car Live. And once again, everybody in the comments, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great
Have
night,
a good
guys.
night, guys.
Have a great week, everybody.
Take care.
Cheers.
What? Did we just become best friends? Yup. You want to go do
Slot cars in the garage?
Yup.